Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Darla Askew after her third place finish at the 2018 Hardrock 100. Congratulations, Darla.
Thank you so much.
It was a rough one.
It was. It was. I mean, there's highs and lows. Because,
yeah.
Like literally. But emotionally as well. But I mean, overall, you know, like I said, a finish is, for this beast, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did it start getting really tough for you?
For me, I tried to sort of push on Campbird Road to, I don't know, make up a little bit. And I think that was sort of my demise. So coming into Ouray, actually out of Ouray and onto Bear Creek, kind of had some nausea.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the typical, but you know, I had a little bit, and then I felt great going up Engineer. Felt great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ran down to Grouse maybe a wee too fast. And then like going up Handies, I was like, I am dizzy, my head's spinning, and you know, just like my vision was a little weird too.
And your stomach probably wasn't feeling too good.
You know, I never got sick that way, but yeah, I wasn't eating. I wasn't taking in proper calories. I usually pride myself in saying, oh, you know, for the Pacers, you don't have to tell me when to eat or drink. I'm pretty, like, you know, self-sufficient. That was not the case this year. You know, Sean's like, you need to eat, you need to drink. But it was still a wonderful experience. And I'm so thankful that Sean has spent 6 years with me out here.
Has he paced you for Sean Meisner's paced it every one of your?
He sure has. He sure has. And then Christina paced me that Ouray section.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. So, I mean, it was great. But we had great weather, as you know, and, you know, just, it was perfect. Going over Handies, stars. I mean, clearest sky ever. It was beautiful. I don't think I had but like one layer on. That's it. So, yeah, it was wonderful.
Did you have any, you had a good time on Handies. Did you have any other highlights on your second half of your race?
I would say I was really glad to see you at Virginia's, and going down the rope together really saved my bacon because I was terrified.
You did not yet. You weren't happy about that.
No. I had some nightmares about it, you know, for previous nights leading up to the race. Yeah. But super happy to have company going down that for sure. So thank you.
Oh, no problem.
And, you know, I mean, the wildflowers were pretty spectacular going, you know, to Maggie.
That was a great stretch of the flowers.
Was, yeah. There's, I mean, yeah, all in all, like just, you know, it was a tough day, but not so tough that I'm like unhappy with my time or my, you know,
it wasn't your A+ dream race.
No.
But it was a solid race, yeah.
No, oh yeah, I'm super happy with it, for sure. For sure.
I heard after your 5th Hardrock last year, you said you were going to take a break, and that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
And doesn't sound like that's going to happen for next year.
I told my husband that I wasn't going to do it, but considering that next year is the better direction that I like.
That you like? So
we'll see. I don't
Why do you think it is that you like that other direction?
I think because the climbs are steeper and the descents are more gradual. And so the steeper descents in this direction, I think just kind of breaks me. Yeah. So that's actually something I need to work on.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, we talked about this a little on the course. Is like you don't love the descending, and especially like the kind of crappier descents on the course.
Right.
And this one, the 2 last descents, especially with the course being dry when we went over, pretty dry.
Right.
Coming down Cunningham and coming off Little Giant were not fun.
Oh, he's on my butt. Yeah, I watched Sean. I'm like, well, if he's going to be on his butt, I'm going on my butt. So, and that was actually the easiest way to get down. Poles did not help you at all for that section.
Yeah, I probably should have done the butt slide, but
I did
the poles. And
well, I do because I tried, and then as soon as I planted, like they weren't even staying steady, and so like my feet were just kind of
were sliding anyway.
Yeah. So that was luckily it's a short section and didn't last too long, but But no, I mean, and then coming off of Little Giant, you're like, oh, you know, I've got a road section. I can really like kind of cruise. Unbeknownst to me that the road looked like a dry riverbed because it was so rocky. And I don't remember that in years past.
No, it basically was like a cheese grater.
It was crazy rocky.
And it was pointy rocks too. They were aggressive.
They were aggressive rocks. They bit you every now and again. So that was kind of slow going too. But yeah, it's a great day.
So any advice for people doing Hardrock?
You know, my advice would be, I mean, obviously coming out here early is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm kind of the type of person that wouldn't suggest scouting out a course necessarily, because I like not knowing what's ahead of me, to be quite honest with you. So I would actually, for this race though, it might be beneficial to scout things out. And I would say just take your time and make sure that you're fueling and eating and or drinking, and definitely don't push too hard on either the ups or the downs.
Yeah.
You need to like be consistent. I haven't learned that yet, but that's kind of what's in the back of my mind.
If you could learn that lesson, you would.
That would be the lesson I would, you know, take hold of. But I think being consistent is the key, because with the altitude, your stomach can get trashed so quickly.
And once it does,
it's really hard to get it back. And so, you know, you might gain an hour here, but you're going to lose an hour somewhere else because you can't move. So, and I mean, I think scouting the course is good, especially when they mark it, like maybe the week before, because like that section, I don't know if you noticed Pole Creek, it was
the one that was very minimally marked.
We were thinking that maybe we weren't on the right, you know, I'm like, well, I know we're on the Continental Divide for a bit, but this just doesn't look right to me. And so luckily Sean's just like, you know, he kind of ran ahead a little bit.
Between, was it after or before the Pole Creek aid station?
Before. Far before, yeah.
Between Cataract Lake and Pole Creek.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had Adam St. Pierre went off ahead of me, and then I was right behind Jason Poole, and he was close enough that I could call. And,
oh, good.
And then he could yell ahead to Adam. But yeah, it was minimally marked.
It really was. I mean,
but it's also like
before
my first Hardrock, that was the one section people said,
check it out.
Yeah. And be aware that when you're going through there, it's just difficult. It's getting in a confusing way. Like
well, because you're on the CT and then you come off the CT and then you're back on the CT.
You're doing like random contours and
exactly. So that again, I think that would be good advice for someone. Again, normally I like surprise. I like the element of surprise. I don't want to know what's ahead of me, because it could be intimidating, you know? So
do you ever feel that way still with Hardrock? Like if you haven't, like, is there still a sense of discovery when you haven't run it in that direction in a couple of years?
I think so, yeah. Because it's, you know, in my mind, I'm initially, how am I going to get down Grant Swamp? That was like the first thing, because it's the very first kind of obstacle for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, whoever's up there with me, I'll just kind of follow their lead and do whatever they do. Like, and hopefully they're going to pick a good line, because I typically pick the line that cliffs out and like, you know, and I'm not trying to like scurry over. So I think to me, it's, I have to check the obstacles off the list as they go. And so it was obviously Grant Swamp, and then it was Virginius, and then it was Handy's. Handy's wasn't too bad because it was pretty tacky going down.
It was
this year.
Way better than 2 years ago.
Way better. Yeah. So
I'm so glad that like there's so many people who either come from an alpinist sort of background at Hardrock, or really like the more technical and the steeper the better.
Right.
I'm glad to have someone like you in the race. Like I you know,
I'm
whenever
a weenie.
I
am.
Yeah, like a wuss. Like there's some parts of the course that like intimidate me.
No,
and
for sure.
Sounds like the same with
100%. I don't ski.
And not because the difficulty of terms like the athletic aspect, but
the terrain it's a beast, right?
Yeah.
And so I think like if you're a skier, a mountaineer, I think this may cater to your liking, and you might be like psyched about all those crazy descents. Yeah. I'm not a skier. No, I like to have my feet on the ground with just shoes on, maybe bare feet, nothing, you know, no skis, you know, nothing else. But yeah, I think obviously, you know, maybe I should pick up skiing. I don't know. No. It's never too late.
Never. Well, congratulations on yet another solid Hardrock.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being out there.
Oh, great.
I love seeing you.
Oh, pleasure.